Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's doing well, staying safe. Bible readings onto the book of Hosea, still in the lesser prophets, later prophets. There's 14 chapters, I believe, so this will take more than one time. Read the prologue here, tell about time period and what who Hosea was, and we'll do probably chapters 1, 2, and 3, maybe 4. See how fast we go. The prophet Hosea spoke to the northern kingdom of Israel in the turbulent period of the 8th century BC. Remember, the northern kingdom was Israel, southern kingdom Judah. This is the turbulent period of the 8th century BC, which would be the 700s. Following the death of Jeroboam II, Israel had 6 different kings in just over 20 years. 4 were assassinated, and the last was forcibly removed from the throne. The rising empire of Assyria invaded Israel by 722 BC. They completely conquered the nation and carried off much of its population into exile. Yet again. Israel had made the mistake of identifying the Lord with Baal, a Canaanite nature god. This identification may have begun innocently enough, since Baal simply means master. But by the time of Hosea, it's a perfect example of how evil insinuates itself very slowly, subtly, without you realizing it, taking over control of you in your life. By the time of Hosea, the people were visiting shrine prostitutes and had adopted the magical practices of fertility cults. Hosea repeatedly denounces this corrupted worship as spiritual prostitution. He also condemns the nation's foolish foreign intrigues, its rejection of the moral law, and its callous greed. Ooh, this sounds like the United States, most countries, not all. The people dismissed Hosea's warnings, however, and simply mocked him. The book is structured into 2 main parts. The shorter first part tells how God commanded Hosea to marry the unfaithful woman Gomer. She is symbolic of Israel's wavering faithfulness to the Lord. The prophet's own life thus provided a picture of God's intentions toward wayward Israel. The longer second part contains oracles delivered during the decline after King Jeroboam, alternating hope and doom as Hosea both threatens and pleads with the kingdom of Israel in the last years before its exile. The exile to Babylon, exile to Assyria, and then the diaspora. Chapter 1. The word of the Lord that came to Hosea, son of Beeri, during the reigns of Uzziah, Jotham, Ahaz, Hezekiah, kings of Judah, during the reign of Jeroboam, son of Jehoash, king of Israel. When the Lord began to speak through Hosea, the Lord said to him, Go, marry a promiscuous woman, and have children with her. For like an adulterous wife, this land is guilty of unfaithfulness to the Lord. So he married Gomer, daughter of Diblaim, and she conceived and bore him a son. So he made an example to show how they weren't supposed to marry foreign women outside the faith, outside Hebrew. So this was to be a sign, a signal, an example of what Israel had done. She prostituted herself. Then the Lord said to Hosea, Call him Jezreel, because I will soon punish the house of Jehu for the massacre of Jezreel, and I will put an end to the kingdom of Israel. In that day I will break Israel's bow in the valley of Jezreel. Gomer conceived again and gave birth to a daughter. Then the Lord said to Hosea, Call her Lo Ruhamah, which means not loved. For I will no longer show love to Israel until I should at all forgive them. Yet I will show love to Judah, and I will save them, not by bow, sword, or battle, or by horses and horsemen, but I, the Lord their God, will save them. After she had weaned Lo Ruhamah, Gomer had another son. Then the Lord said, Call him Lo Ami, which means not my people. If you are not my people, I am not your God. He's rejecting them. The Lord has changed, as he planned to change over time. Again, he foresaw everything. He still deals with it. All part of his plan. He also already knew how he was going to deal with things, when they were going to happen. Again, it's people like, his children, just think how you're with your children, how we were with children. We were good for a while, then we did something bad or stupid, went on a bad path, made bad choices. Same thing with God and his people. Yet the Israelites will be like the sand on the seashore, which cannot be measured or counted. In the place where it was said to them, "You are not my people," they will be called children of the living God. The people of Judah and the people of Israel will come together. They will appoint one leader, will come up out of the land. For great will be the day of Yezreel. So he's foretelling the future there. Chapter 2. Say of your brothers, my people, of your sisters, my loved one. Rebuke your mother, rebuke her, for she is not my wife, and I am not her husband. Let her remove the adulterous look from her face, and the unfaithfulness from between her breasts, or in her heart. Otherwise I will strip her naked, make her as bare as on the day she was born. I will make her like a desert, turn her into a parched land, and slay her with thirst. He's referencing the nation Israel. I will not show my love to her children, because they are children of adultery. Their mother has been unfaithful, and has conceived them in disgrace. She said, I will go after my lovers, who give me my food and my water, my wool, my linen, my olive oil, my drink. Otherwise they're going after those who provide for them, instead of looking to God for that. Therefore I will block her path with thorn bushes. I will wall her in so that she cannot find a way. She will chase after her lovers but not catch them. She will look for them but not find them. Then she will say, I will go back to my husband as at first, but then I was better off than now. She has not acknowledged that I was the one who gave her the grain, the new wine and oil, who lavished on her the silver and gold which they used for Baal, God. She has not acknowledged him. Mankind doesn't really truly, for the most part, not acknowledge him. There is not acknowledging him. We acknowledge him directly, not through others. He gave us everything, yet they turned away to idolatry. Therefore I will take away my grain when it ripens, my new wine when it is ready. I will take back my wool and my linen, intended to cover her naked body. So now I will expose her lewdness before the eyes of her lovers. No one will take her out of my hands. In other words, strip mankind bare, expose their falseness or ugly truth. I will stop all her celebrations, her yearly festivals, her new moons, her Sabbath days, all her appointed festivals. That's kind of what's going on right now. All celebrations, festivals, new festivals, all the celebrations and gatherings have been stopped. I will ruin her vines and her fig trees, which she said were her pay from her lovers. I will make them a thicket, and wild animals will devour them. I will punish her for the days she burned incense to the Baals. She decked herself with rings and jewelry and went after her lovers. But me she forgot, declares the Lord. Everybody's busy going after things they want, things of this world, and ignoring God. Therefore I am now going to allure her. I will lead her into the wilderness and speak tenderly to her. There I will give her back her vineyards, and I will make the valley of Achor a door of hope. There she will respond as in the days of her youth, as in the day she came up out of Egypt. In that day, declares the Lord, you will call me husband. You will no longer call me my master. I will remove the names of the Baals from her lips, the idols. No longer will their names be invoked. In that day I will make a covenant for them with the beasts of the field, the birds in the sky, and the creatures that move along the ground. Bow and sword and battle I will abolish from the land, so that all may lie down in safety. I will betroth you to me forever. I will betroth you in righteousness and justice, in love and compassion. I will betroth you in faithfulness, and you will acknowledge the Lord. Revelations. Rebirth of the Lord, of the world. In that day I will respond, declares the Lord. I will respond to the skies, and they will respond to the earth. And the earth will respond to the grain, the new wine, and the olive oil. The new wine will be the new blood. And they will respond to Yezreel. Again, that's referencing back then specifically. I will plant her for myself in the land. I will show my love to the one I called, not my loved one. So he'll turn back to his children, as it's supposed to be, as it was in the very beginning. I will say to those called not my people, you are my people, and they will say, you are my God. Again, as it's supposed to be in the very beginning. Chapter 3, it's a very short one. The Lord said to me, go, show your love to your wife again, though she is loved by another man and is an adulteress. So I guess his wife was an adulteress. God knew it was going to happen. He knew it. Hosea knew as well. Love her as the Lord loves the Israelites, though they turn to other gods and love the sacred raisin cakes. So I bought her for 15 shekels of silver, and about a homer and a lethek of barley. Then I told her, You are to live with me many days. You must not be a prostitute or be intimate with any man, and I will behave the same way toward you. For the Israelites will live many days without king or prince, without sacrifice or sacred stones, without ephod or household gods. Afterward the Israelites will return and seek the Lord their God and David their king. They will come trembling to the Lord and to his blessings in the last days. They will come trembling to the Lord and to his blessings in the last days. That's after the Reformation, the cleansing, the renewal of the earth. I'll do chapter 4 as well. Hear the word of the Lord, you Israelites. Because the Lord has a charge to bring against you who live in the land. Listen, pay attention now. There is no faithfulness, no love, no acknowledgement of God in the land. I'm not speaking specific people, speaking en general. There's only cursing, lying, and murder, stealing, and adultery. They break all bounds, and bloodshed follows bloodshed. Because of this, the land dries up, and all who live in it waste away. The beasts of the field, the birds in the sky, and the fish in the sea are swept away. But let no one bring a charge, let no one accuse another. For your people are like those who bring charges against a priest. You stumble day and night, and the prophets stumble with you. Those who try to predict things, they're stumbling foolishly, stumbling with the word, stumbling physically as well. So I will destroy your mother. My people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. How do you gain knowledge? You seek it. You ask for the understanding, discernment. Then when you knock on this door, not a physical door, you knock on the door, it'll be open to you then. And you'll get things. You'll be able to move on to the next level. Because you have rejected knowledge, I also reject you as my priests. Because you have ignored the law of your God, I also will ignore your children. So since that time, all descendants. The more priests there were, the more they sinned against me. And they do. They exchanged their glorious God for something disgraceful. Money, power, fame. They feed on the sins of my people and relish their wickedness. And it will be like people, like priests. I will punish both of them for their ways and repay them for their deeds. That's what's coming. They will eat but not have enough. They do. People, that's what greed is. Never satisfied. Never satisfied. Not famous enough, not enough possessions, not enough money, not enough status, not enough power. They will engage in prostitution but not flourish. They will never be satisfied. Always have that emptiness inside. Because they have deserted the Lord to give themselves to prostitution. They're not speaking prostitution, sexual prostitution. Talk about prostituting yourselves, putting anything before God. Ahead of Him, you're prostituting yourself. Sacrificing your faith, who you are, your soul, to get something else of value. Everybody prostitutes himself in some way, shape, or form. Because they have deserted the Lord to give themselves to prostitution, old wine and new wine take away their understanding. So old wine, the way of what they knew, and what the new things they're learning, take away their understanding because they're learning the wrong way. So as I said, you have to unlearn all that you've learned so you can begin to learn what you need to learn. First, you have to open up your heart, and the mind follows. And look to Him for everything. My people consult a wooden idol, and a diviner's rod speaks to them. The spirit of prostitution leads them astray. They are unfaithful to their God. The spirit of prostitution, of wanting more, of selling the soul. They sacrifice on the mountaintops and burnt offerings on the hills, under oak, poplar, and terebinth, where the shade is pleasant. They sacrifice in these churches. Therefore your daughters turn to prostitution, your daughters-in-law to adultery. Speaking literally daughters-in-law, again speaking of the people. I will not punish your daughters when they turn to prostitution, not your daughter-in-law when they commit adultery, because the men themselves consort with harlots and sacrifice with shrine prostitutes. The people without understanding will come to ruin. Speaking of people back then. Though you, Israel, commit adultery, do not let Judah become guilty. Though you sin, do not draw others into your sin. Do not go to Gilgal. Do not go up to Beth Aven. Do not swear as surely as the Lord lives. Israelites are stubborn like a stubborn heifer. But then, how then can the Lord pasture them like lambs in a meadow? Because they're stubborn, want it their way. The Lord can't pasture them. He can't shepherd them when they want to go the wrong way. Ephraim is joined to idols. Leave him alone. Even when their drinks are gone, they continue the prostitution. Their rulers dearly love shameful ways. Well, we know that's true. A whirlwind will sweep them away, and their sacrifices will bring them shame. So they sacrifice the wrong thing, sacrificing money, offering money. It brings them shame. It's like they're trying to buy salvation. That's not how it works. So in there, chapter 4, pick up on chapter 5. It's more of the same type of stuff, all the way through 8. 5 through 8, probably next time, maybe 9 as well. So hope you will get something out of that. Again, read the Bible. I'd recommend, if you haven't read the Bible front to back, do so. With the Torah, Talmud, Quran, and then you open up the book. Place your hand on the book and says, Lord, guide my hand to what it is, pages you want me to see today. Then you open up the book and say, Lord, help me to see what it is you need me to see today on these pages, and grant me the discernment of what I see. What it is you're trying to show me and tell me today. And then read the Bible, Quran, etc. that way, after you've read it all the way through. So that's what I would recommend. Then when you read these continue to talk to him, have a relationship with him, when you read these messages that I shared, from the early ones through to the present ones, you will have a better understanding. So it all comes together, all fits together. So again, stay safe. Our next video will be old messages. Help others as you can in a safe way. And we'll see you soon. Peace of Christ. God bless.